boys and girls, it's time for writing, and we are going to change gears. We've been doing informational writing for a couple months, and so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move back into journals that we did at the very beginning of the year. We say personal narratives. I would love to hear stories from your life, things that are happening right now, things that have happened in the past. Remember, it doesn't have to be a big story like I went to Disney World or I went this amazing vacation. It can be as simple as I stubbed my toe yesterday and it really hurt and I was rubbing it and I got a hug from someone in my family to make me feel better. Little things like that. I had the book that we looked at in the beginning of the year called Discover Journals. We're going to look at it again just as a little refresher to you about what to include and what people use journals for. All right, so this is what is a journal? A journal is something you write about yourself. So here's a boy thinking about when his team, his soccer team, it looks like, won a trophy, and he wants to write about that. Why do people write journals? People want to remember things that happened. They want to remember what they thought or felt. Here is a girl, it says, journal, Saturday, I had a great birthday party. All my friends were there. Sunday, I got a new red bicycle for my birthday. I went to the park to ride it. So those are things that she wanted to remember, right? Getting a new bike, having a birthday party. What can you include in a journal? You can tell what you did. You can tell what you saw. Here we have a girl, looks like she's playing with her cat. These people are moving. Someone saw a bunny. Somebody went to the fair and rode a Ferris wheel. You can tell what you think or feel. You can draw pictures too. So maybe if you want to write in a journal if you're feeling upset, maybe angry or really happy, maybe you're feeling silly or humorous. Maybe a funny thing happened and you want to write it down so you remember it. Or maybe you're feeling unsure about things. I used to, especially in high school, I would write about things that I just felt unsure of. It made me kind of think about my feelings more, make me feel better. So all things that you could put in, all different kinds of feelings you could put in your writing. Some writers write with pictures. And this is how a lot of us wrote at the very beginning of the year, right? A lot of us just use pictures. Some writers write with pictures and letters. This says, I want to play in the monkey bars. I had a big cake. Meaning that they're not sounding out all the words correctly, but they're writing those beginning sounds, those ending sounds, right? There's lots of different ways that we develop as writers. Some writers write one sentence. I kicked the soccer ball. I dove in the cold water. Some writers write more than one sentence. This is where I would like to see you at, right? Writing more than one sentence. My mom and I went to the playground. My mom is the best. We went to see my grandma. I was so excited. I love all the details in the picture and all of the words tell me what's going on. Oh, here are some more writings where they use lots of sentences. I went to the museum. It was amazing. I didn't want to leave. And a great picture to go with it. Oh, here's one about when she got hurt, right? Today I fell off my bike. I felt really upset. My knee hurt for a long time. So again, it can be a big deal like going to the museum or something as small as falling off your bike and getting a boo-boo. So when you go to write in your journals, here's our little checklist. First, draw pictures about your ideas. Then tell what you did or saw. And then tell what you think or feel. Okay, so when you go through, you go, did I draw pictures? Yep. Did I tell what I did or saw? Yep. Did I tell what I think or feel? So when you go to write today, you can either write on a single piece of paper. You actually use the same paper that we used for our informational reports, but instead of putting the topic at the top, you can just put the date. I put May 4th, 2020. You can also, if you want to, staple a bunch of papers together and make a cover, just like we did at school, and have your own special journal to keep at home. You can decorate the cover today, make it look great. You could also take a notebook. Maybe you have a special notebook that you like with a really cool cover or design. You could use a regular notebook and keep your journal in there. So whatever gets you excited and makes you feel ready to write is what I want you to use, okay? So just like with our informational writing, before we write, we have to think about what we're going to write. We have to plan it out. So, oh my goodness, I could write about a lot of things. And I haven't done much right now. I've been at home, right? But something really big happened this weekend, right? What happened this weekend? I got a puppy. So I definitely want to write about that in my journal, because that's something that I want to remember forever, that day that we went to go get him. And I can write about the feelings that I felt when we got that puppy. So first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw that image of us taking him home, okay? All right, so I went ahead and I drew my picture. This was us driving in the car on the way home. We have Caitlin over here and Adam over here, and I was holding our new puppy Breslin in my lap, and we just had all this love in our hearts, and so I put little hearts all over inside of the car. They weren't actually there. I was just trying to show an emotion that was inside of the car, and we all have smiles on our faces because we're all happy. And there's sweet little Breslin sitting in my lap. So I have a nice picture. We're wearing seat belts. Here, the back of the car, the seat that we're sitting in. I tried to do lots of good detail with our eye color and our hair color, right? I didn't give myself purple hair. I didn't give Caitlin rainbow hair because I want to draw as realistic to the story as I can. Now I want to move on to my words and telling the story. When you tell a story, you want to tell it in order, from the beginning, the middle, and the end. Put your feelings in there too. So when I think about the story, I think about how we went to the breeder, the place where the puppy was, and we got to take our puppy home. We didn't know who our puppy was going to be until we got there. And we ended up getting a puppy. They were all in colors. We got Mr. Orange, and we got to take, we already knew what his name was going to be. We got him Breslin because the Michigan State Spartans play at the Breslin Center for basketball, and we're big Michigan State fans. And so we took Breslin, I put Breslin in my lap, and he settled right on down, and Adam started petting him, and then he crawled over to Adam's lap, and then I put him in Caitlin's lap a little bit later, and he just pretty much slept the whole way home. So that's what I want to write about, is that moment that we got him. So I could write about lots of things since then, but I want to focus it on just that part of the story, okay? So I have my story now. Now I have to plan out the words, which is different. I think about the exact words I'm going to write. So maybe I could say something like, on Saturday, we brought our new dog home. On Saturday, we brought our new dog home. Then I go to write my words, right? And I always start with an uppercase letter. I've asked so many of you, you keep starting your sentences with lowercase letters. Start with an uppercase letter. So on Saturday, now Saturday is the name of a day of the week, so I make that uppercase. On Saturday, leave another space. We don't have enough room for brought, so I'm going to return sweet. Brought, home. And I know because O says its own name, there's a silent E at the end. On Saturday, we brought home our new puppy. E. Put a period there. I'm going to say he sat on my lap. So he sat on my lap. Lap. I could put that we named him Breslin. We named him Breslin. So we named, I know how to spell name. If I want to be named, put a D on the end. We named him, that's a sight word, H-I-M, Breslin, because it's somebody's name. I'm going to make an uppercase B for Breslin. Breslin. We named him Breslin. Put a period. My next sentence, he slept all the way home. So because I'm starting a brand new sentence, I'm going to start with an uppercase H. He slept. Slept. All, that's a sight word, A-L-L. All the, that's a sight word, T-H-E. He slept all the way, with the A chunk, A-Y, way, home. Home, there's my word home again. Now, I want to not only talk about what happened in my story, but I want to talk about how it made me feel, how I felt, my emotions. And I was so happy. I was so happy. So I could write, I was so happy. I was, W-A-S, that's a sight word, so happy. You know, I have written happy. Sometimes I actually know how to write it. Put an exclamation mark there. When you're all done, what does a good writer do? A good writer always reads their piece, but they're done to make sure it's just the way they want it to sound. So, May 4th, 2020, on Saturday, we brought home our new puppy. He sat on my lap. We named him Breslin. He slept all the way home. I was so happy. And that's my piece. It sounds exactly how I want it to sound. I'm good to go. I can't wait to see what you write about for your personal narrative or journal piece today. See you later.